Morning folks, up at the warehouse for the second of Reseller's vlog. What did I say? What did I say it was? A Reseller's vlog. Second episode 2. In this series, I'm putting together videos up at the warehouse, basically a day-to-day type scenario. At the minute it's picking videos, but I'm looking to introduce more varied content about what I'm up to and what it's like being a full-time reseller. If you're new to the channel, my name's Dave Keeffe. I buy things from car boot sales, wholesalers, charity shops, auctioneers, and sell them online to make a profit, and that's how I make a living. My business is a VAT registered limited company. I've been operating since the back end of 2017 and full time since around about Easter of 2020. These videos, unlike my car boot videos, are completely unedited, so what you see is exactly what you get in real time, and there's going to be a lot of a lot of thinking time and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to put a little bit of music on in the background to fill in the blanks, and then we'll get into it. Bear me 1 second. I should have thought of this before. However, one thing I have done this time is put a microphone on, so wherever I'm stood you should be able to see me, or hear me, should I say. Right, let's hit that. Right, it shouldn't be too distracting either, the music. A little bit of background beat, that's what we need. And because I'm blind, I'm going to put my readers on again. Okay, it's been a bit of a quiet weekend this weekend, and especially on Vinted. I picked up a ban actually on Friday, a 3-day ban on Vinted for duplicate listings. Now it's something that I think it's a bit of a garbage kind of rule from Vinted, really, particularly for pro sellers, because it stands to reason that you're going to be selling similar items, and it's an algorithm that in a lot of cases is completely wrong when it picks up a duplicate. So anyway, the process is your first warning shot, for want of a better word, is a 3-day ban. Then the second warning shot is a 7-day ban, and after that your account is deactivated. So obviously I'll be super conscious of what I'm doing on there from here on in. Anyway, the scores on the doors from the platforms, I'll give you me 3 main ones. I sell on more than this, but these are the more active ones this weekend. I say active very loosely. On Depop, we've got 3 orders for a total of £58.50. Vinted, possibly because of the ban, has been absolutely garbage this weekend. 2 orders for just £32, and Vinted, up until maybe a week or so ago, has been on fire for the longest time. eBay is holding up its end, 25 orders for a total of £639.50. For no particular reason, I always start with my Vinted orders. So the first one going out the door is a vintage leather jacket. And where's that? Vintage. This is very Michael Jackson-esque. I'll show you in the bag in a sec. The stock number is HB121. So copy it over to CrossList, make sure it's delisted everywhere. They're as delisted as a go, so that shouldn't be a problem. I'm just going to double check. Actually, it would seem that because of the ban on Vinted, it's thrown up an error on CrossList saying that the item hasn't been delisted when it has. So obviously if it's sold on Depop, I don't want it still listed anywhere else. And that's in bin 12. like I say, very Michael Jackson-esque with the white patches on the shoulders. I'm going to say that's from, I don't know, maybe late 70s, early 80s. It's certainly a very old jacket. I think it's been bought for, it's definitely not been bought for a motorcycle related stuff anyway. I think it's more like a fashion thing it's been bought for. That's the impression I got anyway. Next, oh, incidentally, the cost price on that was £8 and it sold on Depop for £25. Next is a vintage military army combat fatigue jacket. I couldn't actually place where this one was from. It looks like an American jacket, but there was no, I think the care label on it had worn off and there was no real indicator. So I just listed it as a military chore jacket. It might even be European, not a Scooby. So where is that? Stock number HB270. And that is in bin 4. Delist, delist, delist. Come out wherever you are. I have an apology to make, by the way. I'll show you this first. Yeah, it's just a standard chore jacket. This it's not lined or anything like that. It's just a thin vintage chore jacket. Yeah, the apology. So I'm going to set the camera. I've got a new Insta360 X5, by the way, 360 camera, and I'm going to set it to tracking. So there might be a bit of movement in the picture this time, but you'll get to see more of what's going on. The downside to that is there's a very good chance when I'm pulling the bins off the shelves, you'll get a few shots of my backside. So apologies for that. Okay, next is, what's that? A military combat jacket. Very similar to that order actually. I'm not telling you how much I bought and paid for these for and how much they sold for. That chore jacket was also £8 and it has sold for 15 quid. So not a right lot of margin in that at all. I'm getting the impression it's because it's late, it's not payday yet, late January. I know a lot of people have good Januaries, but typically mine aren't amazing. I mean, they're not terrible, but they're not amazing either. Okay, where's this French military jacket? Come on. This would be a lot easier if I was working off a bigger screen. That might be something to invest in this year. Get a desktop for packing rather than a laptop. HB244. HB244, bin 22. Bin 22. 244. Right, that's a 3 from Vinted. Let's pack these, get them out of the way. Some chill vibes. I don't know if this is picking up very well. Because the speakers are in the other room, it's going to be, I've no idea how the level's going to come out. Hopefully it's not too distracting. Doesn't seem it today. For my Depop orders, like I mentioned in the last video, on my thank you cards, I'm just using the Vinted ones because I don't have specifically Depop ones. In future, there will be thank you cards, all the platforms on one card rather than one for each. They say hindsight's a wonderful thing, and I should have done that from the get-go, but hey ho. I'm gonna have to be careful actually not to show any personal details actually. Trusty IKEA bags. I've got 6 or 7 IKEA bags that I use for my postage, and it's been a while since I've used all 6 to go to on a postie run, to be fair. Spring's just around the corner though. Right, where's this going? Barnet in London. So as I'm filming this, it's Monday morning. I was out at the car boot sale yesterday morning. It's a little bit quiet, but managed to get some decent pickups. You'll likely see this video and the next 2 vlogs before that video's edited and up. Yeah, did all right. How did you get on at the weekend anyway? Let's just double check those actually. Yep. I'm always super self-conscious about making a cock up because, as we all know, blokes are awful at multitasking. So I'm very conscious of missing something because I'm talking to you guys. One thing I don't usually scrimp on is packing materials. I just think it adds to the buyer experience. And yeah, it probably cost me a bit more over time, but I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. It's just a wild generalisation, but I think the more effort that you put into the customer experience, the buyer experience, then it pays dividends on the other end. It's not really anywhere measuring that, to be fair, but I think it's just logic, really. That's my mind anyway. Right, that's it for Depop. For the pitiful show from Vinted. I'm hoping, well, I'll be pushing, should I say, for Vinted to return to the levels it was at up until the Christmas break, because it has been exceptionally quiet this last week. Right, New England Patriots, these are really cool. The replica NFL tops, women's, really cool looking. New England Patriots. I mean, I say the replica, they're genuine branded gear. And there should be, after this order's picked, 2 left. I've already changed quantity 1C2. One to sell, 1 and 2 left. I do love it when a plan comes together. Yeah, they fitted these tops, these t-shirts as well. They're all women's size, large. They're really cool looking tops. And the other one is one of the kit bags. So if you saw the vlog from Friday, I sold a military holdall kit bag type thing. This is from the same bundle from the same seller at Bolton last Wednesday. This is a sausage bag. I've got a few of these, so I've got to make sure I've got the right one. Oh, that's annoying. Oh no, there it is. I thought I'd put a stock number in it there for a second. HB423. And that's in bin 45. 42345. Yep, just a sausage bag. You likely would have seen these already or know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't know what it is. First thing in the morning, it must be the dust in the warehouse. I always get a runny nose. That's too much information. Right, let's bag these up. And then we can crack on. Had quite a chill weekend this weekend as well, aside from going to the boot sale at daft o'clock yesterday morning. Yesterday afternoon, this is the most rock and roll thing I've done in a very long time, is I went to a yarn display at Blackburn Cathedral. So it was all based on the 80th year commemorations for the end of World War II. And it was all, I think there was something like 70 scenes, and these are the massive scenes, probably as big as this packing desk, and it was all scenes and depictions from the Second World War, made entirely from crochet. I know, not exactly rock and roll, right? But it was actually really, really cool. I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. My good lady's into crochet, and yeah, that was the link into it. But it's called The Longest Yarn. So if you ever see it and that's your thing, you're into any kind of craft really, go and have a look at it. It's really, really cool. And aside from running costs, all the proceeds are for military veterans as well. So you're supporting a good cause. What am I missing here? I'm not missing anything, it's fine. I've already generated it. So for some reason on Vinted now, when you click generate label, it doesn't immediately go to the download button. You have to refresh the page to make it appear. A lot of people have, well, say a lot of people, a few people have been asking how I get around the Vinted have changed the print settings. So on a 6x4 label now, it's right, that wasn't a cut. I held my hand up and there's gesture recording turned on the camera. So when I hold my hand up, it stopped the recording. I want to mop it and I have to turn that off. Anyway, so the label PDF is on an A4 sheet of paper, whereas the label is only 6x4. So the way I've got around that is just change the percentage of the print. So I'll print the label as normal, but on the scale where it says 100%, just change that to 94%. And cover the address up, displays correctly. And yeah, top tips. That's only on Macs. I don't know what it's like on PC. I haven't used PC, oh my god, for such a long time. Easily 25 years. Now I'm not going to be that guy, but I do much prefer Apple products. Or I do prefer Macs, should I say, rather than PCs. That's just me though. I know, I mean, they're probably just as good as each other, and people get all like prissy about, oh, this is better than that and that's better than the other. It does what it's supposed to do. I've gotten very, very used to Macs over the years, and I'm not saying they're better or worse, just different. This one's going by in post. So rather than going across town, like I said last week, rather than go across town to do all my drop-offs now, I don't know why I did that for so long, to be honest. I'm staying within Coppell where the warehouse is. The only exception to that rule is if anything goes with Yodel. I still have to go halfway home to go to a Yodel drop-off, which is a bit of a pain, but that's changing soon. Apparently it's either the post office or the bargain booze where I do the drop-offs are going to do Yodel before long, which will be very handy. This is where I'm supposed to say, oh, I'm usually much quicker. Right, and sadly, that is it for Vinted. Like I say, hopefully it's going to be picking up real soon. I say all this, but I mean, it's just testament to the fact that you should never put all your eggs in one basket. There's no way I'd still be in business if I just operated on eBay or one platform. Not a hope in hell. Right, what's eBay next? Let's say 25 orders on eBay for a total of $639.50. By no way the best weekend I've had. It's been around about that all of January, you know, for a Monday morning. Right, nitro leather gloves. First out the gate, we've got some nitro leather gloves. I think, if memory serves, it didn't get right, £2 of cost price. Close. £2.50 cost price on these. Just had them in since the beginning of November. I think I got 2 or 3 pairs all at once, second-hand gloves from the same seller. Boot sale purchase, and they have sold on offer for a tenner. Just get them out. Just get them out. In fact, of the 3 pairs, these were the cheap and cheerful ones, and they're in 6D. And if memory serves as well, this is the last of those 3 pairs to sell. Okay, HB215. This is a vintage Held leather jacket. Held, H-E-L-D, is quite a good brand actually. Very good quality stuff. And this is a proper vintage piece. So cost price £10, listed on the 8th of this month, and that has sold for £27.43. Definitely an offer price, that. And that's in 34214. It's a bit of dark green and black. Very retro colours. Next up, one of the countless, I got so many wax jackets. They were a bit of a slow seller. I think I picked them up initially mid-October, and this was from a batch I picked up. In fact, I don't know. It would have been the latest batch because it was listed on the 8th of this month. Cost price £6, and it sold for £25. HB193. And that is in 38193. There is a call for wax jackets. I mean, even the ones that are more sort of like they've got a bit of a biker look to them, like the Keeffe racer type, the what do you call it, Belstaff type. They sell really, really well. You need to be paying very little for them though. Dog walkers use them a lot, but unless they're the obvious, the Barbers, the Burberrys, and all that kind of stuff, all of them do sell. The more obscure the brand, the less you need to be paying for them. I think as an average, I'm getting £25 for them. So realistically speaking, you could do not to be paying any more than sort of like £5 to £8 for them. Next, these have been great news. Thermal quilted overalls. These ones are from Burka Wear, which I believe is an American brand. So GC896, GC896 in 9C1, 896. Six. Right, that's that done. Weird fish macaroni fleece. These always sell quite well for me, you know. I mean, not staggering value, and some of them might bizarrely hang around for quite a bit. I tend to find that the men's ones sell faster and for more than the women's. Not quite sure why that is. So this was listed on the 22nd of July last year. Cost price was £7, and that sold for £19.99. So that's 9B1, 9B1, 816, 9B1, 816. I'll take you with me this time. so you can see down this ginnel as well. And because I'm an idiot, I've forgotten it already. 9B1 816. So mostly that aisle is non-clothing. There's a lot of clothing here as well because I've listed a lot of clothing lately, but it's more shoes and other items, whereas in the bins it's the vast majority of stuff in the bins is clothing. In fact, I need to go back down there now. Craftwork 12-inch vinyl. There's, after this order is picked, there's 2 left in stock. Not got much in the way of vinyl left now actually. I'm down to maybe, I don't know, what's that, about half a dozen 7-inch and probably about 20 to 25 12-inch. Good practice when good practice as well if you're picking from a multiple quantity listing, particularly if that is a relatively small quantity. Always double check how many you've got left, because it might just be me, but if there's one area that I've got a potential of getting caught out is multiple quantities, running out of stock before I've run out of listing, if that makes sense. Okay, some more of those M&S jeans. These have been great news, you know, really, really good news. I only paid £1 a piece for all these jeans. I got, like I said last week, I got 275 pairs, and about maybe 80 of those were criminal damage, which you can't really sell because of an issue with them. But all the Marks and Spencer's ones have been brilliant. I'm going to check. This isn't a multi-quantity listing though. It's not, no. In fact, I think the reason I've got a ban with Vinted is because of these jeans, because a lot of them are very, very similar. Very, very similar. And unfortunately, as you well know, if you sell on Vinted, there's the customer services is just garbage. I mean, I could fight that ban, but I know it would take me bloody weeks to get hold of somebody that wasn't a robot. 7C341. 7C341. Oh bloody hell, that's heavy. See. Oh, there you are. In the rustliest bloody bags ever. HB 247. So this is a British Army ripstop field jacket, one of the old style camouflage DPM, woodland DPM should I say. HB 247. Listed on the 10th of January, so only, what's that, 2 weeks. Cost by £6 and it's sold for £20. Bin 14247. largely these combat jackets aren't worth picking up because you might get £8 or £9 for them. I suppose if you're paying £1 or £2 you could sell them on Vinted, but the ones with the hoods, the windproof smocks, will sell for around about the £20 to £30 mark. Some of them, particularly if they're in brand new condition and they're the long parka types, you can be talking up to 40 or 50. Next, Armani Exchange jeans. These haven't been listed long at all. So they were listed on Friday, so 3 days ago. Cost price was £5, charity shop pickup, and they have sold for £32.50. 5B2441. They're still through there. Had these a while. Davies two-piece leather motorcycle suit. Davies is an amazing brand as well, but for some reason these weren't hitting the mark with anybody. So a nice blue, white and black suit. Paid £20 for the Davies leather suit, and that was listed on the 12th of June last year, so 6 months, 7 months even. And the sale price is £75. So worth the wait, but realistically speaking, a Davies leather suit, you should be talking well north of 100, maybe even north of 150 quid. This one wasn't in the best condition, but it was serviceable, and that's on 14D. Feels small actually, and it doesn't feel like there's any armour in it. That might be why it went so cheap. Another very recent listing, Clark's men's boat shoes. So this is the type of stuff that I'm looking for more and more now, particularly on the run up to holiday season. People thinking about going abroad and all that kind of stuff. I like to go on winter sun holidays personally, but I know a lot of people like to plan their holidays from Easter. So Clark's men's leather deck boat shoes, size 9.5G in navy blue, 10C1, listed on the 20th, so on Friday, listed, sorry, 6 days ago. Cost price £5.50. Sold for 23 quid, and they're in 10C1. C1. Incidentally, I have actually I did a photo montage of the crochet thing, that longest yarn, yesterday, and I've published it as a video on the channel. I know it's absolutely nothing to do at all with car boot sales or reselling, but have a look. It just gives context of what I'm talking about, but it's actually super cool as well. The effort that's gone into that is unbelievable. So I was going to show you these shoes, aren't they? So yeah, boat deck shoes. Not called boat deck shoes, but they're the key words I use, either boat shoes, some people call them deck shoes. Right. Okay, so why is that not showing? So Dyson part, this is a motorized head for a V6, Dyson V6. So that's on 16C. That was Cost price on that was £2 because I think I've paid £10 for the whole thing. I waved my bloody hand again, didn't I? Idiot. Right, let me turn this off. I'm going to turn that off. Okay, can I do it while I'm recording? No, just don't hold your hand up, Dave. Jeez, it's not going well this today, is it? Not going well at all. Right, 16C 420. C420. The only downside to these is a lot of times they just need a degunge, and I hate cleaning stuff. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. So Dyson head, cost price £2, sold for £24.50. So if you see just for Dysons and Shark, if you see random parts and accessories, even the tools, give them a look, because often they don't cost very much to buy and you can still get a decent return for them. Miley Cyrus, the last Miley Cyrus album. That's a lie, actually. I've got one more to list that I picked up from Bolton last week. But this Miley Cyrus one is, come on, don't tell me I've not got one left. Oh, thank God for that. Why am I looking at two here? I sold more than one. Right, so that's peculiar. I've got two left in stock, but my stock's saying I haven't got any left in stock. Maybe I sold more than one. Yes, I've sold both that weekend. Cost price was £7 and that sold for £22.50. Miley Cyrus, Miley Cyrus, Miley Cyrus. I don't know what's going on with the music. It sounds like some thrash metal going on now. So delist all of it. Okay. And right, I'm not entirely sure this music's not copyright, so I'm actually going to stop it. Yeah, good job I stopped it. That was Nightwish, apparently. Good band, but I don't want this demonetizing because I'm playing copyright music. It's a very, very naughty thing to do. Okay, another weird fish. This time like a snug fleece. It's ugly, so I thought that was definitely going to sell, and it's taken a month and a week to sell. Cost price was £6 and it sold for £15. It's a woman's one. Women's weird fish don't sell for as much as men's. Just the way it is. 9Z1892. Like I say, ugly. But it's rung somebody's bell, that's for sure. Okay. Now this was a bit of a fail actually. I bought a job lot of cashmere jumpers and I paid £9 each for them because cashmere in quite a few instances could sell for very, very good money, 100% cashmere. A lot of the ones that I got though, they weren't amazing brands, and that really did affect it. So £9 cost price, listed on the 19th of July last year, and this has sold for £20.57. It's in bin 17745. 17,745. Next is, we're still recording. Yep. A bloody ugly leather jacket. This is giving me proper Life on Mars vibes, this. So bought this on the, listed it on the 8th of January. So it's been listed a couple of weeks or so. Cost price £6, sold for £18. And that is in 35. Bin 35. Like I say, proper Audi Quattro Life on Mars vibes. Next. Another pair of Marks and Spencer's jeans. There's one left on those. £1 cost price. These have sold for £11.88 on eBay. Bin 47, 408. 47. And a German Army twill shirt. Big fan of picking up military stuff, as you guys well know. £7 cost price, listed on the 12th of January. Sold for £17.96. Bin 8263. These have been in stock forever. The last pair of Icon Thorpe shoes, brogues. So these were listed on the 3rd of July 2024. So 18 months. Cost price was £20. I did have quite a few of them actually, though, to be fair, and this is the last pair. Cost price £20. Listed since Moses was a lad, and they have sold for £30.59. Just get them out of the door, get my money back. 7B 702. Actually really nice shoes though. Got these with a load of Cavani shoes as well, so quite nice dress shoes. I think all the Cavani have sold now. I've just got a few Icons left now. The Icon Originals sell well, just slight variation on the brand. They appeal more to your Northern Soul types, your Scooter Boys, your mods, trendies. British Army backpack. When I showed you the holdall, the military holdall that on the vlog on Friday, this was bought at the same time. So cost price was a tenner, and it has sold for 30 quid. It's this one. like I say, this size of rucksack appeal more to, well, more of a general appeal rather than the big rucksack type ones, because this can be used for more purposes really. You could use that as a sports bag and a weekender rather than a massive Bergen. Okay, something else that's been in stock for a long time as well. Oh, actually not that long. So this is a medics pack from Hummel. I recognise the Hummel brand. This is kind of like a canvas briefcase for sports medics, and it's just here. I paid £5 a piece for these, and I just took a couple of them to test them. I'm glad I only took a couple of them to test them, because they were listed on the 12th of August last year. That's the last of the 2 that's being sold, and it's gone out the door for £17.86. Did I delist that? Yep. Okay. Military postcard. These have been selling steady away. It's very little profit in them, and because I've listed a load, I have to make sure I find the right one. Yeah, I've delisted it everywhere anyway. CB1. So I paid, I think it was 40 quid for 50 of these, 45, 50 of these, and they're all World War One and World War Two postcards. I put a listing value on these of just £1, which is probably a bit less than that, and this one is sold for £6.99. So it's not massive amounts of margin, but this will just go out in a letter. So there's no date on this. So it's got the original price at £3, or the original, so like collector's fair price. But yeah, from the, I'm going to say the Second World War. That, no, I've listed it as First World War. It's First World War. Final answer. But there's some interesting cards in that lot. I'm already into profit on them, because one of them was King George and King George and Queen Victoria, like thanks for your service type postcard, and that went for about 30 quid. So with the other bits and pieces I've sold, I've probably sold about 1/3 of them so far, so I'm into profit, and any others that I sell, it's just pure gravy now. 2 Helly Hensons to the same buyer. Helly Henson waterproof hiking jacket. When you're looking at Helly Henson products, it's the Helly Henson tech products that sell for better money than just a standard Helly Henson. The first of which, HB147, cost price is £8, sold, it doesn't give me an individual value because it's an order of 2, so I paid £8 and £6 for these 2 coats respectively, and the 2 have gone for £49.31. So what's that, 14 into £49.31? Bin 46 147. And the other one is HB210. Listed, both of these were listed earlier this month actually. That's bin 25 210. Houston, we have a problem. bugger. It looks like I've put that in the wrong place. So where we can check is check the stock numbers either side. 35. Let's try 35. See if this theory works. Yep. So when I was putting the stock number in, I put bin 25 instead of 35. So just a typo. Then gold for that. They're delisted. Let's put those together actually because they're a multi-purchase. Another pair of Marks and Spencer's chinos this time from the same from the same haul as the other M&S jeans. 7C. Listed for 11 days, these ones. £1 cost price, sold for £11.88 again. I've just put the same price on all the jeans across the board. So £12.50, obviously these have gone out on offer. £12.50 on eBay and £10 on Vinted. And they are hitting the mark. Well, obviously not with Vinted at the minute. That's shocking. Where are they? 7C336. Let's take you on a journey. Let's take you on a journey. 7C336. See. Three, 336. Apologies if you get motion sickness. Right, the other Miley Cyrus. I could have got that while I was there, couldn't I? I think the reason I'm going so slow doing this is because I'm talking to you guys and I'm quite distracted. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. Right, and that's the last one. Yep, so like I say, 25 orders for £639.50. Just check no others have come in. No, sadly. Right, there we are. Okay, so you've seen me pack stuff 1,000 times and I'm not going to bore you with that, particularly with a crinkly noise. So I'll wrap the videos up. So I'll wrap the video up there. Like I say, this is completely raw and uncut footage, aside from the obvious breaks when I've held my hand up and stopped the recording because of the camera thing. Oh my god, it's just been a hard weekend. I'll wrap the video up there. Thanks again for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are on this video format. I know a few people have commented on the last one saying they're enjoying the long form because they just have my waffle on in the background and it just, I know, spurs them along when they're doing their own picking and packing and all that kind of stuff, which is great. If you're getting any kind of value at all, let me know in the comments, and obviously a thumbs up and a subscribe would be nice as well. Thanks again for watching. I will do my very best to keep this going for as long as I can, and it's only with feedback from you guys will help me make my decision on that ultimately if I crack on with it. So the ideal scenario is you love it and I'm doing 3 a week and I can keep the pace up. I think Wednesdays are going to be a struggle if I'm perfectly honest, but because of the boot sale, but we'll see how it pans out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon.